Keith Lee has become a household name on TikTok thanks to his refreshingly honest takes on eateries across the country. But it was his recent trip to Atlanta that turned the city's restaurant scene upside down. Last month, he shared a series of food videos from various Atlanta restaurants, and it wasn't just the flavors on the plate that left an impression. Some restaurants had specific rules that left Keith Lee, an out of towner, with nothing to munch on along with his family. And he didn't shy away from sharing his unfiltered opinions.
Okay, let's talk about it. Every restaurant that me and my family go to, we were either A, invited by the restaurant themselves, or B, was told about the restaurant 100 plus times. From locals, from people who mention me, from people who email me, DM me. 99% of the time, I never go to a random restaurant. With that being said, my opinion was asked for. So many narratives being pushed, and it's insane to me. But let's be honest, what else do you want from me? If I go to a bunch of restaurants and have a string of good experiences, then I'm being too nice, I'm lying, the narrative is being pushed that my eye roll is fake and I'm lying just to help people. Then on the same hand, if I go to 2 or 3 restaurants where I don't have the best experience, now I'm tearing down businesses, now I'm being mean, now I need to shut up, now I need to mind my business, I need to sit down. Again, I can't win for losing. I understand everybody gonna have an opinion on the situation. You can disagree with me, you cannot like what I say. Completely understand, I'm okay with that. But when my safety and my family's safety start coming into play, that's where I draw the line at. But what can't happen is when my family or the restaurants or anybody's safety start coming into play. It's absolutely overboard. Especially when I was asked to give my opinion. Because you telling me my opinion only matter if it's positive. Because if it's positive, you got my face plastered on the wall and you saying Keith Lee been here. But if it's negative, I need to sit down somewhere and you don't know who I am. That's crazy to me. It was so much positive that happened in Atlanta that was shunned by the negative. It was so many restaurants we was blessed enough to help. We went to an array of restaurants like we always do at every city. I'm going to be 100% transparent, 100% candid. Me and my family will postpone touring if other cities going to be like this. Every review not going to be the best. I'm going to be 100% honest. If you want me to come, please understand, I will be honest. I don't mean no harm. I don't have no malicious intent. I mean that, and when I say it, I mean it. People be like, well, you know what you're doing. You know if you give a bad review, people going to come and flood it with hate comments. What else do you want me to do? I'm telling people not to go and leave hate comments. I'm telling people not to leave negative comments. I'm telling people make their own opinions. You want me to lie and say I had a good experience, or you want me to only post the videos when I have a positive experience? Then all of the videos I post is only going to be positive experience. Then the narrative is going to be pushed and I'm only trying to be positive, and we're going to end up in the same situation. And on top of that, I think something is getting lost in translation. When that happens, the restaurants that we are blessed enough to help won't be helped in the same manner because people won't show up in the same way because my reviews would be inauthentic. One of the reasons people show up the way they do is because they know I'm being honest and I'm giving my personal opinion and my personal perspective on the situation. But if I don't do that anymore, it won't be the 3 or 4 hour wait times, and now we won't be able to help business owners and we won't be able to give back to the community. In the grand scheme, that's what this is about. It's about giving back. It's about giving back to the community. It's about stimulating.
So that's what Keith Lee was saying about his experience in Atlanta, because he got a lot of criticism for putting people on blast, including one of Candy's restaurants.
My family were at the One Music Festival. Somebody who works with Candy Birds walked up to us and said they've been trying to reach us since we got to Atlanta. He said he'd been constantly emailing me and constantly DMing me for me to come to Old Lady Gang. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands. Me and my family showed up and we attempted to order before we got here. We called the number they had connected on Yelp 3 times, no answer. We tried to order through DoorDash and it said it was temporarily closed. So when we pulled up, I sent my family in to order for us. They said on the weekends, due to being busy, they don't do any takeout at all.
They do to-go orders?
No, we don't do to-go on the weekend.
Oh, okay, so send and dining.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. We appreciate you.
Which is completely understandable. So what we decided to do is my family's gonna go eat. They're just gonna come bring the food out while I'm sitting in the car, so they have no idea I'm here. My family asked how long the wait was to be seated. They said an hour to an hour and a half.
Yes.
Hour and a half.
Okay.
She also said they didn't have any reservations available, so they didn't take down any number, any contact information, nothing. My family then came and relayed that message to me, and I decided to go in myself. We walked in and we were greeted by a nice young lady. And then I met some amazing people who were eating there, and we took some pictures. God is amazing. As soon as me and my wife were done taking pictures, the lady said the table was ready. As always, I don't want any special treatment. I want to be treated like everybody else. I pay for my food like everybody else. I'm a normal person. I'm a normal customer. Things like this is exactly why I do reviews the way I do. Just because I have a certain amount of followers on social media don't make me different from nobody. Amen. My mom, my mom-in-law, my sister, they all paying customers just like me. So I want them to be treated just like me. So I asked how long the wait time has been today. She said an hour to an hour and a half. So which I then asked, how were you able to sit me in 5 minutes? This is her response.
How long are we looking for as far as wait?
I'm just gonna set up everything for like 5 minutes. On the wait, this all call came. Now it's whoever first come, first serve.
Again, my family just attempted to eat there less than 2 minutes ago. I then told her I changed my mind. We're gonna go eat somewhere else, and I said, God bless you, and I walked out.
On second thought, it's okay. We're gonna go eat somewhere else. So I appreciate it though. For sure.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great day.
Have a good one.
Have a great day. I'm gonna be very transparent and honest. I am frustrated. Me and my family just trying to eat food. That's all we try to do. At the same time, I am frustrated. I understand we are all humans. I do not agree. I do not support. I do not condone shaming this business based on my experience. Like every city we've been to since we've been on food tour, I go to an array of restaurants. From mom and pop shops to staples of the community to super popular to places nobody know about. And Atlanta has definitely been a unique experience for me and something I'll never forget. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, genuinely. But I'm a normal person and I want to be treated like everybody else. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. And I'm not playing. I understand everybody got their own opinions on situations, but don't go leaving them 0-star reviews. You ain't never been here before. If you like to, come experience it yourself and then leave your reviews. But just leaving a review based on my experience is crazy in my opinion. God bless you.
That's a typical Keith Lee feud review if you've never seen it. And that's typically what he does. You know, he talks about the restaurant. Honestly, he tells you to go check it out. And that's pretty much it. But a lot of people was giving him flack, and he actually got threatened by somebody. His family got threatened by somebody who he gave a bad review to. So, you know, a lot of this is making the rounds. People saying, "Who the hell is Keith Lee? Why the hell does he have the right to give food reviews and stuff like that?" If you're not familiar with his journey, he initially used TikTok to combat social anxiety and prepare for post-fight interviews when he was an MMA fighter. And then he caught the attention of YouTube channels People versus Food, leading to a boost in his social media presence. From there, he and his wife delved into food-centric content, posting one review a day. And in 2021, he started focusing on small businesses, and that's when he kind of blew up. So he sends his family members typically in to get the food so that he's not there, so they don't know it's him, so he can get an actual authentic experience. So my question is, after you've seen the clips, should Keith Lee be seen as a hero of the dining world, one person who exposes flaws, or as a disruptor causing unnecessary drama and turmoil? Because a lot of people are thinking he's doing more bad than good. Dex, what you think?
I am familiar with Keith Lee. My wife is like obsessed. She like likes his reviews and stuff like that, and she listens to him on TikTok and whatnot. And it's weird because usually when she watches it and she talks about it, I don't see an issue with it. But this performance that he just did there, that was very that was a bit much to me, because I feel like we all in these spaces of just talking crap or whatever, we all put our opinions out on certain things or whatever, and you deal with the consequences of that. But for him to say I can't put out only positive reviews because then the restaurants that I want to help, they won't have 3 and 4 hour lines or whatnot, that's weird to me. And I feel like if you really, really felt this way, you could go to a restaurant, leave the review, a good review. If you like the place, let us know about it. Why are you letting us know that a restaurant is nasty, that you don't like the food? I don't know. That just doesn't really seem very necessary to
because
me.
he's asked to review the restaurant. That's his point.
It, but
he's not just going and doing Secret Santa or Secret Shopper stuff where he's just popping up. It's a situation where they're asking him to do a restaurant, so he goes and does the restaurant.
But if you understand, it's not like me doing it. Nobody cares if I go and say a restaurant is good or bad, whether they ask me
now, but until you become famous, until you get $22,000.
But regardless, nobody's asking me that. For instance, when I was heavily doing stuff at the radio station, they would send us to different restaurants to try their menus out and stuff like that.
Right.
If I didn't like it, I would never do a review and be like, "Oh, I didn't like this. This food was nasty. This wasn't."
That's because you're a corporate shill. You don't care.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why you would feel the need to say anything negative about somebody else's establishment. And then you get mad, when people come back at you with consequences and whatnot. I don't know, that just felt very unnecessary to me. And also, if you're asked to review the restaurant, then take your ass in there and sit in there and let them know who you are and review the restaurant, since they're asking you to do it.
Because he feels like he's not going to get a fair experience.
Hey, well, at the end of the day, you get an experience.
He wants this to be something for the normal person to use to choose their restauranting experience. So
based on his palate.
No, he's not reviewing necessarily the taste of the food. He's reviewing the experience, Dex. And that's what makes him unique. He doesn't have any qualifications to review the taste, but he knows if he's getting his food in an orderly fashion, if that's acceptable or not. I mean,
you're gonna have to go. The TikTok stuff, the social media stuff ain't working for me. You're gonna have to go the Bobby Flay route and get a show on the Food Network and review it that way, because this ain't working for me.
I guarantee you, he's making more money doing this. He said he's giving people $500 tips, like nothing. He's making more money doing this than he would on Food Network.
Well, he's getting on my nerves.
I can see. Ty, how do you feel about Keith Lee?
I don't know what my opinion is. I guess.
So you gotta have an opinion because everybody he can have one on everything, good or bad.
Because at one point, like I kind of like the digitizing of the old school restaurant critic. It's like he made money off of that, which is like probably like
he's making a lot of money. Yeah, currently he's on Rolling Stone.
Like, I kind of like the innovation of it all, like to get rich off of such an old idea.
And like, something that people still use. He has his audience. They clearly pack out the places when he gives them a good review. They have lines down the street. So his influence is definitely, apparent. And it's like I understand Dex's point. It's like if I have a restaurant, like I don't want to be looking over my shoulder for Keith Lee 24/7, But you still should have the brand awareness to want to give a good experience to every customer, and that's what Keith Lee is trying to facilitate.
No, but then at the same time, it's like your power at this point. Like I don't care if you gave. I'm like, oh well, that's Keith Lee's opinion. I guess there's nothing we can do about that. Like, no, fuck that.
Look, what are you supposed to do is that restaurant? If he gives you a bad review, are you supposed to be like, well, Keith Lee said it was bad, I should close up shop? Like, what? Like, I don't understand.
You should just get better. Like, you should just get better and invite him back.
If people already
bad, like, he can't realistically think that you are going to give someone a bad review, and that people aren't going to be pissed. Like, people
He said people are giving people 0-star reviews.
Of a critic. Every restaurant owner who gets a bad review is pissed. You're not special. They're going to be mad at you.
Yeah, it's not the mad. It's the fact he's getting threatened now. Like that's a little much.
Because you know what it is. It's not.
It's a dangerous job. You shouldn't do it.
It's not just a person saying your food is nasty, your food is bad. It's a person that's broadcasting that experience, food, whatever, to like millions of people.
But it's something you can correct. Like service is something you can correct, Dex. Like
he does that, but I don't feel like you get the opportunity to correct it because you do that, and then
because you've been shitty.
But then these people leave reviews, and like think about it. If we go to Atlanta, right, and we're like, what restaurant should we go to? And then we see Old Lady Gang there, and we see 1 million 0-star reviews. We're not even gonna try it. You've already.
But he said don't. He told you not to leave the 0-star reviews.
He told them that because that means people are doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what else I thought about? You know what else I thought about? I've seen that video a lot. I've never seen that little disclaimer at the end because everybody on social media cuts that part off. I never even heard that.
He says at the end of every video. He tries.
Because it doesn't matter. Already like 0-star reviews.
The part of the video that circulates never plays that part. I've never heard that before.
Gosh. All right. Well, Keith Lee, best of luck